No, hello, lady? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It seems I might have done something right. Or did I? That was scarier than it should have been. I mean, I'm gonna count that as progress. Oh, great. The tree sucks blood. And seems to enjoy it. Wait, no. Oh. Okay, I thought you were inviting me to go back in. I did not want to go back in. I'll just, thank you very much. Why did I have to endure that? Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Sometimes I feel like I ought to have put a little bit of time into a game before I just decide to just run off and play it, you know? Just to make sure that I'm going to have some kind of a quality product of sorts. But then that happened. That kind of brute force thing. I was at that for a good 10 minutes. And that was not a whole lot of fun. But anyway, at least we are past it. So, I mean, let us remember for a moment what other things there are for me to do in this before I go and rely on that gate. There is supposed to be some kind of a little tablet. No lady in here. She's gone. I don't know if she's taking a nap. I have to find a design to draw onto another kind of panel thingamajiggy. You know, all of this time, I have not once used the map. I'm gonna rely on that. Okay. So, where is... Okay. So, let's see. That looks to be... If I click on it, it won't do anything? No, huh? That appears to be perhaps the thing that I am currently trying to draw onto for using these rocks that might be quite a lot like this. So I'm gonna back as far up as I can until I can do that. How about that? This should go over here. That's a there. Now if I rely again on my map, I need to walk a little bit over there. Okay, good. It's awfully handy, this map. I tell you what. Now, if there's supposed to be one of these things nearby, how about that? This is one we've done already. So I'm going to keep looking. There's another one. If I can just go back. Yeah, I'll go back and then go around this way here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Wait a second. I think that's the one that I've done already. So if I were to go back over here and then, okay, we're just gonna map hop my way back, my way to wherever I believe it is that I'm supposed to be going. Is that the right one? Feels like I have to. Yes, it is. Go through there. I still don't know what these symbols here are supposed to be. Hear that? Okay, and then I think I have to walk up this way. Oh, I've never been in this before. Just a moment. There is a path, I think. Is there a path? Just a minute. I have been scared by going inside of things before. Let me see if I can't, find some kind of alternative. Okay, so that's towards... That must be the dollhouse. There. Okay, fine. Let's go... Fine. Let's go into what could be a mine. I don't like mines that much. Why are you doing this? I mean, this is scary. This is immediately scary. Oh, I'm yet on the way. I see. Do I take this to understand that I need to... Whoops! I've clicked outside the window. I'm going to take that to understand that I need to find some kind of a light source. A lantern, maybe. Maybe it's a lantern that I need. Fine. That's a friggin' okay, I suppose. given that, I'm going to go over to the far right and then try to find that gate. I mean, the map suggested that what I needed was inside of that mine. And if I don't have much else to do, well, I may as well go enjoy. Hello. I have a key for you. Do I have an inventory? Encyclopedia. Wait a minute. All of this time I have not looked at the encyclopedia. I should have. The Year Walk. Year walking was at its core a vision quest. This is an interesting thing. Maybe this is something better done another time. I don't know. This is an awful lot of reading. Oh, why not? Year walking was at its core a vision quest with the purpose of being to foresee the future. There were very rigid rules concerning the year walk, and not adhering to them could prove very dangerous, even fatal. How the practice of year walking came to be shrouded in mystery. Is shrouded in mystery, but it seems to have been a widespread practice in Sweden until the beginning of the 19th century, and in some rural areas as late as the beginning of the 20th century. The practice is likely over 1,000 years old, and most certainly pagan. Year walking varied greatly regionally and even locally, where there might have been some differences between one village and the next. All of the variations had a couple of elements in common, though. A year walk could not be done on any common day. There were certain days a year when the gate was opened, generally in liaison with important festival days such as May Day, a Midsummer's Eve, or Christmas Eve, and most commonly New Year's Eve. A year walker could not partake of any of the food or drinks that were served on these days, a sacrifice of no little significance since the feasts were some of the rare occasions when food would be plentiful and varied. A year walker had to avoid other people, so they commonly locked themselves in dark rooms and were not allowed to see a fire for the entire day. That sounds rough. Perhaps not a vast sacrifice on Midsummer's Eve, but on cold winter days it would be uncomfortable, at least, if not hazardous. The year walker followed these steps. He would leave his dark room at the stroke of midnight. This would be his last chance to cancel the year walk. Once he ventured out, there was no turning back. So that really is your chance. The church was the final destination for a year walker. On his way, he would typically encounter a number of supernatural creatures, which would pose a threat physically, mentally, and spiritually. If a year walker made it to the cemetery, he would walk around the church in an intricate pattern. This would open the year walker's eyes to the future, but it would also lure out the church grim. Okay. Yep, sure. After having completed the year walk, the walker would see visions that could manifest themselves in different manners. When the year walker left the cemetery, he might, for instance, see a somber procession of dancers dressed in their finest church clothes. These would be the people that would die the following year. Oh, that's bad. A reoccurring theme is, of course, the year walker who meets his own ghost on the road. Another story tells of how the walker would see newly dug graves. Love played a great part too, so a walker would typically meet wedding processions or even attend weddings to come. Okay, that could be nice. Might make the actual wedding a little bit on the boring side. But hey, think of the tricks you could perform if you could remember chance details. Anyway, one testimony from the late 19th century tells of a mental patient named Martin Nielsen, I don't know, who described his visions as otherworldly experiences. Before I saw what happened next year, I lived among the stars. I lived there for many lifetimes, it seemed. What do I care for next year? Time has already ended. Today, the practice seems to be almost entirely forgotten. Gee, that's really, really, really interesting. There's a lot that I kind of want to. I want to keep reading, but this is a let's play, for God's sakes. That's my journal? I don't have a journal. I just don't have a journal. That's it. I don't have a. Do I have a way to? Okay, hang on. Settings. Okay, well, I don't have a button for my inventory. I have a key, though. I totally have this key. Do I not have this key? If I mean... Just a moment. If I try and... Boy, that's a word up there under a cemetery gate, isn't it? Kierkegaardsgrinden. Ooh. But didn't I get that key? Gosh. Huh. Or maybe there was something more that I had to do with the... With the tree, perhaps? Okay, let's go find that tree. Where am I? There. Okay, it's I just have to go far right. And then... Yeah, it's down here. And then over this way. Here. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, I mean... Maybe not. Okay. That's unfortunate. But there isn't any indication... I don't want to use hints, but... The Mylings and the Brook Horse? Well, okay. The key turned to water. Where could it be? Okay! Water, huh? Water. I believe there might have been some water. Let me back up. Okay, let me back up. Maybe again. Okay. I can hear the water. Hello, water. You're looking especially wet. Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, buddy. Sup? So, you alone here? Is there something I can do with you, sir? Sir, right? Ma'am? It doesn't seem likely that I can not do something with this. Come on. You're gonna scare the bejesus out of me somehow, aren't you? You jerk. If I check my map, is there there's nowhere else that I can... No, huh? Oh! Well, how do you like that? Can I take it this time? Uh-huh. You are indicating to me that there are 4 things that may look kinda sad. I should probably point out that this horse is wearing a suit. I mean, okay, you know what? Sure, fine, yeah. I mean, my suspension of disbelief hasn't really activated. I mean, maybe it did. Oh, look at something about the encyclopedia. Oh, the Millingen. Oh, okay. What? There's one down here. Oh, okay, so fine. Some Mylings died at the hands of angel makers. The angel maker would typically be paid by the child's poor mother to find a decent home for the infant. When the mother left, the infant was murdered. Typically, the Mylings were murdered by their mothers, often unmarried women who had been left to fend for themselves. The Myling would commonly be left in the woods to die, or they would have been drowned by their mothers in the brooks or bogs. The letter M. Some Mylings, I'm never going to get a handle on that word, died at the hands of angel makers. The angel maker would typically be... We said that. Why is it repeating? Curious. The most common way for the Myling to haunt was through a horrible wailing sound. The Myling would take the form of a ball of light similar to that of an earbloss. And lead the curious traveler astray. Sometimes they would cry for their mothers to breastfeed them, which would apparently set them free. One story from Bergslagen tells of a old farmer on his way home through the forest. He is approached by a small child who follows him and says, Grandfather, I am so hungry." The old man tries to ignore it, but the child keeps on nagging. So eventually, the old man loses his patience. If you can find someone to feed you, then feed. But you won't get any milk from me. The child seems pleased and leaves. That was false. When the old man comes home, he finds his daughter lying dead on the floor, bleeding from her chest. The child she met was the spirit of his murdered grandson. Ugh! A person who helped the Mylings find their way to the other side was often left with a gift. According to some sources, the Myling would be taken in by another supernatural creature, such as Hobbs, or if it had been drowned, the Brook Horse. You poor thing. Okay. Okay. So, hello, Brook Horse, Mr. Brook. Mr. Ormond, I mean, you're... I am not completely sure what I'm doing. I got the Brook Horse. I'm not going to read this one. Not yet. I'm maybe at the beginning of the next episode, but... Okay, so I got to find 4 Mylings? Is that right? I believe I know what I am to do. There happened to have been some symbols that I think I can go seek out. But we're going to do that in the next episode. Thank you for joining us, folks. How about that Brook Horse, huh? Join us in the next episode. We're going to go find some dead babies. That's it. See you soon.